ISO 27001 is a prime example of a management system standard. In today's fast-paced business environment, it's essential for organizations to have effective systems in place to manage their operations. In this video, we will explore the concepts of management and systems and how combining them to a so-called management system can lead to improved efficiency and productivity within an organization. Alright, let's jump right in. According to the International Organization for Standardization, management involves activities to direct, control, and continually improve the organization within appropriate structures. Management activities include the act, manner, or practice of organizing, handling, directing, supervising, and controlling resources. Management structures extend from one person in a small organization to management hierarchies consisting of many individuals in large organizations. In the end, management is about the accomplishment of objectives that an organization envisions to achieve. I mean, management is a pretty common term, and I guess everybody has an idea of what it's all about. Systems, on the other hand, are less common, but they can be precisely defined with the following characteristics. Systems consist of components or elements. The elements within a system form a unified whole, and these elements interact with each other. And they act according to a set of rules. Systems are surrounded and influenced by their environment, and they are somehow limited by boundaries. Finally, and most importantly, systems always serve a specific purpose. Computers are a great example of systems, information systems to be precise. Computers consist of several elements like CPU, RAM, and storage that form a unified whole. Each component acts according to a set of rules and allows the system to serve its specific purpose, which is the calculation of mathematical operations, which in return creates tremendous value by running applications and services. Now that we have learned about management and systems, it's time to combine them to form management systems. According to ISO 27000, a management system uses a framework of resources to achieve an organization's objectives. Let's have a closer look at management systems. As we just heard, management systems help organizations to achieve their objectives. However, they cannot guarantee that you actually achieve them. Therefore, management systems are going to provide you with results that hopefully meet your initial objectives. Systems consist of components or elements. Management systems are no exception to this. Here you can see the most basic components that apply to every management system you can imagine. In the following, we are going to discuss each one of them. Alright, let's begin with the first one. Every management system is based upon general quality management principles. Quality management principles help organizations to continually improve their products, services, and processes. PDCA is an iterative design and management method used in business for the control and continuous improvement of processes and products. It is often referred to as the Deming cycle. The PDCA cycle consists of 4 phases: plan, do, check, and act. In the plan phase, objectives are established, or in other words, a plan is made. At some point when the plan is complete, it's time to execute the plan. Afterwards, the actual results are analyzed and evaluated. Depending on the results, it's time to take action for improvement. Management systems are based upon quality management principles, which serve as the heart and soul of them. Next up, let's talk about the scope. The scope defines the applicability of the management system. To give you an idea of what this means, I want to show you this map of Europe. Let's assume there is a company which operates in Germany, France, and Italy. However, the facilities located in Italy are not within the scope of their management system. Without going into too much detail, let's just agree on the fact that the scope defines the applicability of the management system. We will learn more about the scope in the lectures on Chapter 4 when talking about the context of the organization. Organizational structures play a crucial role in the success of every organization. Every organization is different, but each one has some sort of hierarchy so that personnel has a clear idea of what is expected from them. Top-level management usually has some sort of governance function and provides the organization with a strategic vision and enterprise goals. It's then the job of management to develop plans on how to achieve these goals by assigning tasks to employees working in operational functions. Governance is provided from top to bottom, whereas reporting lines work the other way around. So I guess most of you have a boss who gives you instructions on what you need to do, while in return you provide your boss with the results of your work. A process is a set or series of activities that transforms input into output. Processes are crucial for organizations to ensure standardized results to satisfy customer expectations. Here you can see a very generic depiction of a process. On the very left, we have some sort of input that is transformed by a series of activities into output. Processes involve participants that execute activities in a certain order according to predefined procedures. In this example, you can see an example of a BPMN diagram. BPMN is the global standard for business process modeling. If you want to learn more about BPMN and how it can help you with your journey in information security, feel free to check out my course BPMN 2.0 for enterprise architects here on Udemy. Last but not least, no management system can sustain without documented information. Policies and records are both characterized as documented information. Documented information is crucial to provide evidence on compliance with legal and compliance requirements. That's why documented information plays a huge role in management system standards like ISO 27001. For now, let's just be aware of policies as a formal expression of the intentions and directions of an organization. In other words, policies tell you what and how things need to be done. Records is data saved for later reference. For example, something like a receipt that proves that a transaction was made. Let's go back to our process from before. Everything from business processes to procedures describing on how certain activities have to be carried out needs to be well documented. In other words, policies, procedures, and processes tell us what and how it needs to be done. Just think about the assembly line of a car manufacturer. Every step within the assembly process is predefined and documented within processes, procedures, and policies. That's how the manufacturer makes sure that everybody knows what they are supposed to do. Records, in return, provide evidence on compliance with policies and procedures. Typical examples for records are log files or tickets. This applies for every step within the process. Here you can see some examples for common management systems. Quality management systems, as specified in ISO 9001, are one of the most widely adopted management systems in the world today. IT service management systems center around the provisioning of services in accordance to service level requirements. Environmental aspects are within the scope of environmental management systems. But the focus of this course will be solely on information security management systems according to ISO 27001. In the next lesson, we will dive a little deeper into the world of standards and compliance. Let's have a look at the key learnings of this lecture. Management involves activities to direct, control, and continually improve an organization. Systems are characterized by interrelated elements that form a unified whole. Management systems use a framework of resources to achieve an organization's objectives. And finally, management systems consist of several components such as quality management principles, a scope, organizational structure, processes, policies, records, and so on.